Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so we are here. We are glammed up to the fullest degree, in my opinion, and I am obsessing over this look. I created this look in inspiration for the new year. When I think New Year's Eve makeup, I immediately think of like a disco ball and like the ball dropping, obviously, but I think of just like a glitter eyeshadow look, and this is my version of like a smoky glitter intensified dramatic look on the eye, paired with like really beautiful pink cheeks and like a nude lip. So, you know, in spite of the world today, I hope that we still have some sort of exciting plan for the new year, whether it's just sitting at home with your family and bringing the new year in together. You should put some makeup on, put some glam on, and just like start that year with that new energy of just feeling and looking great. It's important to just kind of reflect and think about where we are and where we were. So always going into the new year with a perspective of nothing will be the same forever. So just having that energy and that intention of new year, new you, and let's start with the full glam, you know, bad chick energy vibe. So in this video, I show you how to create this full look, start to finish. Very manageable and doable. You can kind of create it with whatever products you have. You don't have to use the exact products I'm using, but I have listed everything in the description box below if you do want to get those products. If you are interested in bringing in the new year with this glam look, then please continue to watch this video. Okay, here we are back again. No makeup. I did put my eyebrows on already just because it takes a little bit longer. So just filled them in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz, did some brow gel, and then I cleaned them up with a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna take us way back to the Anastasia Sultry eyeshadow palette. This is a really pretty palette. It has a lot of shimmer shades in it. It has one in particularly called Cyborg. I think I'm saying that correctly. Really wanna focus this look around that color. Okay, there's a color in this palette. It's called Birch. It's like a kind of a burnt orange color. I'm gonna grab a big blending brush and dip it into this palette, and I'm just gonna dust off any excess. I do remember these palettes having a lot of fallout. It's not a problem. Just make sure you tap it off before you put it directly on your eyelid. I'm gonna focus this color all over my eyelid as a transition background color. I'm gonna put it up a little bit under my eyebrow, and then I'm gonna blend it out and bring it out a little bit. This will just be the base color of our eyeshadow, and then we're gonna build as we go. If you don't have this eyeshadow palette, that's obviously fine. You can use any soft orange, burnt orange, or even like a light brown color. This kind of has an undertone of a brown color as well. So any color to just really carve out the base of your eye, and it should look like that. And then when you're blending, just blend in circular motions like this, and then kind of bring it out, ending it right where your brow ends, like that. Staying on the same palette, there's a color called Slate in here. It's kind of a smoky gray color. I really love it. I'm gonna grab a smaller blending brush. This is by Morphe M514, one of my favorite brushes to define that crease area and really detail areas on your eye, because it's small, but it's still like a blending brush. So it won't be too heavy. And I'm gonna start to build the outer V of my eye with this color and bring it out a little bit. It's gonna kind of smoke out the ends of my eye. And I'm gonna start light, and then I'm just gonna build it, and then in circular motions, bring it into the crease of my eye like this, but not all the way. Just stopping in the center area right there, but keep blending and building until you have the perfect color. You can see I'm only focusing it on the outer V of my eye in circular motions, and then bringing it to the center and blending it out like that. And don't worry about it falling under your eye. That's why we don't do our foundation first, because we'll go back and clean it. But to really get that perfect outer V, kind of like an eyeliner effect, smoked out, really don't be afraid to like get on there and get it on the under area, because we'll wipe it, but that'll really help with the overall outcome of the look. When you're looking straight, you'll see your crease right there. Even if you don't have a crease, you can kind of draw an imaginary one, but it helps to look straight so you can see where to like start and end it, so you don't go too high. And going back with that original big blending brush that we had, I'm gonna blend everything together. So the trick to a perfect seamless eyeshadow look is just to blend as much as possible. Don't be afraid of the colors mixing into each other. or moving around, but you just want to blend it and it'll still look really, really nice. I'm also going to pick up a little bit of the color Dystopian. It's a very dark brown in here, and I'm going to do that same thing I did with that small blending brush, just focusing this on the outer V of my eye very lightly. I'm using a very light hand, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing just for an additional definition right there. You can see very light. I'm not doing more than that. And you should be able to see a very pretty situation going on. We have a nice transition color. We have our outer V smoked out. Let's focus on the lid now, and then we'll come back and finish everything else. Just grabbing any flat brush that you have, a flat brush that will fit your eyelid. This one is really nice. It's by MAC. Okay, stepping into that beautiful Cyborg, I hope I'm saying that correctly, color. It's that pretty silver shade in this eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna grab some of that product, and I'm gonna lightly start to build it on the lid of my eye. I'm just gonna tap it first because I wanna see. Perfect. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Okay. I'm gonna put this all over my eyelid like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and begin to build it. And I'm not going all the way to the end. I'm kind of stopping at that outer V area where we were building that darker color, that crease color. And then again, I'm gonna use this to draw out basically my crease, and that's as high as I'm gonna take it like that. You can put concealer on. Some people like to carve out their eyelid with concealer. I'm not gonna do that, but I am just gonna shape it like a half circle on my lid and then just stop it right there, and then I'll go back and blend everything. This color is very pretty. It's perfect for like a New Year's Eve look. When I think of New Year's, I think of just a beautiful pop of shimmer on the eye. Okay, just continue to build this color and tap it. You can use glitter, you can use different shimmer colors, but anything that's just like a pop of like color like this, that's like gold or silver, it just complements a New Year's Eve look so well. So I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna go back with that smaller blending brush and go ahead and blend this area. I don't want any harsh lines, so kind of where I drew that half circle crease, I'm gonna go over it like this. You can even pick up that color Slate again, it's that gray color, and just kind of go over it here a little bit. So everything's nice and blended together, but you could see how pretty that looks. I'm really into it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and draw a wing eyeliner. I'm gonna take this matte eyeliner. It's the Pro Longwear from MAC. And then just grabbing any angled brush that you have, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this product and lightly build a wing liner, because with this type of look, it just feels right having a eyeliner attached to it with a pretty lash. So go ahead and grab some of that product. And I like to take the excess off on the lid and start really, really light and then build it if I need to. I don't go all the way into my inner corners of my eye when I do eyeliner. I just kind of focus it on the ends. So I'm gonna start by just doing it over my lash line, kind of focusing it right in the center, and then that's about it, no more than that. I'm gonna go ahead and bring a wing out like this. I like a straight wing for my eye. So I kind of bring it in and then I'll just bring it out and then connect the bottom like that. And I don't really care for a perfect eyeliner. Like, I like it to look a little sloppy, and then just build it. And if you really want a sharp wing, you can just grab a Q-tip, or if you want to make it shorter, and just clean it up like that. But I just want to give it a little bit of an eyeliner illusion. Make it seem like it's there, but like not more than that, just a little heavy. Okay, so now that we have eyeliner, I'm gonna go ahead and prep my lashes with some mascara. I'm just gonna prep my lashes first. This is just the Anastasia mascara. It's a really good one if you're in the market for a new mascara and you need something that's like really rich and black. Something else I wanna do really quick is just put some eyeliner on. So I'm just gonna grab this. It's a very pretty like dark charcoal black color. I'm just gonna lift my lid and put this on the inner lash line right here. You know how sometimes you put lashes on and you can still kind of see your lash line, even like on the inside, if it's like super bright? Putting eyeliner on will really help with the strip of the lash as well, like kind of blend everything together so it doesn't look like it's out of place. I'm gonna grab the Ardell Demi Wispy eyelashes. They're very beautiful and I feel like they complement a lot of different eye shapes. Cut them if you need to, but they're just a beautiful natural lash that's still really defined and has a lot of volume, so it works perfect for me. And then I sometimes, even on top of a strip lash, if I don't feel like it's strong enough or like it's not as volumized as I want it to be, I'll add some individual lashes as well. But let's see how these look. All right, just grabbing the lash after the glue dries a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the center of my eyelash line and then stick the end and then the inner corner. That's normally how I do my lashes. I'm gonna get it, oh, that's okay if you get a little lash glue on there. You can wipe it off like that and then do it here. You can use your hands if it's easier too, and then do the inner corner. And you can just attach it and tighten it with your hands, and it should look like that. Okay, I'm gonna take a makeup wipe really quick and wipe off anything that may have fallen down from our eyeshadow when we were doing it, and just clean out any additional fallout. For my face, I'm gonna go ahead and use some primer first. This is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's a replenishing face primer. I used to use this all the time and then I stopped, but I recently got it again because I forgot how good it was. It's not thick, feels kind of like a lotion, and I just put it right here in the center of my face. Also smells really good. On my nose, kind of, this is the direct area that I have pores. So the T-zone and right like next to my nose, and then my chin. That's it. You don't have to really put more than you need when it comes to primer, but wherever your preference is, just apply that on. It's a really nice blurring primer. Like you could see, it just really clears out your pores. What are pores even? Why do we have them? Okay, so for foundation, I'm gonna mix my NARS Soft Matte with my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. In the NARS, I'm in the color Valencia Medium 5, and in the Armani, I'm in the color 8. I like to mix foundation. It's what works for me. I put it directly on my face. A few dabs of that, and then a few drops of that. Together, they make the perfect situation. Grabbing a beauty blender or a makeup brush, whatever works for you. Beauty blender is faster. I'm just gonna blend this all together. And then for me, just because it's hard for me to find the perfect color, that's why I have to also blend two colors or two foundations together. But I also like the texture that it gives it between like the creamy concealer from the Armani Luminous Silk and then the thickness from the Soft Matte NARS. It gets like perfect coverage. And then when you have like eyebrows already on and you want to go around them, just use a makeup foundation brush. I like pick up some from my cheek here and then I go around my eyebrows. Any area that like you can't really touch with the beauty blender because it's too big, just use a foundation flat brush. This is actually a wonderful brush. We don't use these foundation brushes anymore. I don't know why, because beauty blender just took over the world. But they're really good applicators. Like I love a good old school foundation brush. Okay, now we're gonna conceal. For concealer today, I'm gonna grab this YSL. It's a radiant concealer, very high coverage. I'm in the color number 2. I really like this. You just pump it out, kind of like the Prep and Prime from MAC, and then I'm just gonna put some right here. And this is more so for like dark circles because it's more, like it's like pigmented, but it has like an orange or red undertone, which for like dark areas you want to use that color. So I might end up putting something more on top, but I kind of like the way it covers that area. And I'm just gonna blend this out right under my eye and then go right to my temple right there, and then bring whatever's left over down. It's really soft and creamy. It has a very pretty finish and it's still full coverage, which I love. My sister introduced me to this and I really like it. It's a little bit more on the luxury high-end side, so if you're comfortable spending some more money, it doesn't hurt to have like a nice concealer in your collection. And then use it for special occasions like New Year's Eve. Okay, I'm also gonna put some on my forehead and my chin, and a little bit down the bridge of my nose because I'm gonna contour. And you can see how easily blendable it is too. Like it's really creamy. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Makeup by Mario bronzer stick. I am in the color medium dark. I'm just gonna grab my favorite brush from MAC. This is the 133 brush. It's great for applying the product directly on the brush like this and then carving out your cheekbone. I don't like to put it directly on my face because I feel like I have more control blending this way, and then you can build it. So I'm just warming up my face. I'm just bringing some color back to my face like this. And then I'm gonna set everything with some powder. You can go down the bridges of your nose and the tip of your nose like that. And then on your jawline as well to give you one chin. You know, we all like one good chin. And you can see how creamy and dewy that concealer is. I love it. It already gives you like a pretty glow. Oh, I'm also grabbing the Makeup by Mario blush stick. This is in the color Dusty Rose. And I'm gonna first apply this on my cheeks like this, like just a few dots like that. And then I'll also go in with, okay, maybe a couple dots. I love blush. And then grabbing your blush brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out like this. I'm focusing it primarily on the apples of my cheek, just to bring some color to my face. I recently washed my brushes, and when the hair falls out like this, it's not a good sign. Come on, Morphe. It's just grabbing a setting brush and my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye area where I put that concealer, and my smile lines, my chin. Just wanna mattify my face a little bit, but not taking away too much from the dewiness, which is why I'm not baking. I'm just dabbing this product into the center points of my face, on my forehead a little, just to kind of bring that matteness back, but I don't want to take away from this glow on my cheek, so I'm not putting too much. Perfect. All right, gonna warm up my face with some bronzer. Grabbing my favorite Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I'm just grabbing a big blending brush, and I'm gonna again go over those areas that I put that cream bronzer just to bring some warmth back to my face like this. I'm just setting. I'm not doing too much. I'm just gonna put it on the tip of my nose too, but I'm not gonna do any more than that. I'm gonna do the same thing with the blush. I'm just gonna grab the powdered Desert Rose blush from Makeup by Mario. It's the same color, it's just in a powder format. And I'm gonna grab that same blush brush and just kind of set the cheeks with the powder. It's okay if your cheeks are nice and pigmented like this, because we want a beautiful rosy cheek. We want a full face. You can put some on your nose if you want. And then I'm just gonna finally grab just a little bit of highlighter. Grab any highlighter that you have that's laying around, just for some additional highlight like that. And then on the tip of your nose. Because we want to glow. When the ball drops, we want to be glow in the dark. Okay, so grabbing that same Kat Von D eyeliner, the dark black one, the pencil one, I'm going to go ahead and put it inside my waterline, and then I'm going to smoke out my lash line and add some mascara. And we should have a nice smoky eye at the end of this look. Just try not to cry. Grabbing a pencil brush in that same Sultry eyeshadow palette, we're going to go back into that dark smoky gray color called Slate. And I'm just going to smoke out the under eye area right here. That should give you a really beautiful smoky effect under the eye. You can bring it lower if you want. Grab that Birch orange color. It was that first color we put on our entire eyelid, and also bring that in there. Do that same effect of like background and then darker color under the eye as well. And you'll see how pretty that looks. All right, I put some mascara on the bottom, and now all I want to do is finish up my lips, and then this look should be complete. I'm really liking it. So because I have such a dramatic heavy eye situation going on, I want to focus more of a neutral nude lip on my lips. I also only really do nude, let's be honest. But you can take it any direction you want. You can complement this look with an orange or kind of, you know, coral, red, whatever you want. Like, honestly. Okay, I'm grabbing the lip liner Boldly Bare by MAC. It's a very pretty, like, nude orange tone lip liner. And I'm going to go ahead and line my lips, and then we'll put a nude color on the center. So you can see it's almost the color of my lips, but a little bit more pigmented. And I'm just gonna kind of Put this everywhere. I'm gonna grab this nude color. It's by Morphe. It's called Kissy Face. It's like a matte nude color. And I'm gonna focus this all over the center of my lip like that. It should create a really pretty color. I actually really like how like nude it looks and kind of matte. So I'm not gonna put any lip gloss on, but you totally can if you wanted to. I think this is it for our New Year's look. It's pretty freaking fire. I love it. Wow. And then of course, let's spray ourselves. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. I'm gonna put this everywhere because when it is New Year's and you are doing whatever you're doing, you wanna make sure your makeup lasts until midnight. So that is it for this makeup look. I really, really love it. It is a lot of makeup, but it's necessary. It's necessary. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions. And Happy New Year. I'm wishing you nothing but good vibes and good energy. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Maybe see you next year.